You don't ever expect to be hauled out of your house, put on a train, and marched into a gas chamber and be choked to death. There is something in all of us that
Prejudice for me is not acceptance of what is different in your thinking or acting. Being prejudiced is not accepting what is different and still wanting to everyone act and think like you. Despite many say the contrary, we still live in a world full of prejudices. We need to end with this. We have to learn that everyone has the right to live as they want as long as it doesn't harm others. Prejudice for me, the name itself says, it's a preconception that is a judgment and opinion without knowledge of the cause. When we look at the next and judge him for his race, his gender, political vision, and the like, it's prejudice. I don't agree and I don't accept any kind of prejudice. We should always study and read about different topics so that prejudice doesn't happen. We are far from being 100% without prejudice, and sometimes we do it without knowing it. That is why the importance of studying. I, as a homosexual cis woman, I've been through several types of prejudice, whether because of my gender or sexual condition, but that's not the case. What matters here in this interview is to pass on my vision about, and I always try to involve so that I don't hurt others with my opinions and visions, respect above. Oh, this topic is very valid. Being discussed among young people is also a way to teach, and thanks for the space provided.
The critique, the attack with relation for a person, a group of a circumstance, is criticized without meet what really happened with each other, based just in a mood. The prejudice is when you judge, criticize, and reproaches something or someone before of meet. The prejudice goes beyond of physical characteristics, being able to occur with attitudes, opinions, and rituals.
I think that prejudice is a very bad thing. That's because that society has been inclined to have, and it can lead to very serious situations. But it is always good to help those who need help in this case, because it can lead to extreme measures if continued without any support.
Prejudice is comparing people who are totally different, judging them for what they are or want to be. Prejudice is a lack of creativity. It is the inability to see that we are all different in our own ways, and that we should not compare ourselves or judge others the way they are. Prejudice is when we have an opinion about someone or something before we even know the person or thing is deaf. For example, when we judge something by its appearance, having a superficial concept in the context of the situation.
Prejudice for me is a very bad thing that is used by people to feel more powerful and subjugate others. I think this is very bad, and there have been several cases of this throughout history, and whenever possible it is good to ask someone for help, an expert on the subject. In my opinion, it discriminates or judge someone without knowing, judged by its appearance, religion, gender, or religion. But I actually don't know exactly what prejudice is. I think prejudice is a way of ignore or exclude for motives like its appearance, difficulties, or way of being. Prejudice is an assumption or an opinion about someone simply based on the person's membership to a particular group. For example, people can be prejudiced against someone else of a different ethnicity, gender, or religion. In society, we often see prejudices toward a group based on race, sex, religion, culture, and more. If someone is acting under prejudices, they are prejudging, hence the term prejudice, someone before they even get a chance to know them on a deeper level. This is an irrational attitude and mindset, and one that does no good for anyone involved. Common features of prejudice include negative feelings, stereotyped beliefs, a tendency to discriminate against members of a group. We can understand the prejudice is judging someone without knowing it because of differences.
Prejudice is the act of the judging sometimes or someone before becoming the object of judgment. We can apply the term of prejudice to the most diverse everyday situations, such as the prejudice from language, the type of food that you have not tried, judged by its appearance.